Hi, happy Thursday again. I hope everyone's doing okay. I'm sending a lot of prayers to anyone in Los Angeles and anyone else suffering today. I'm thinking of you and sending a lot of love your way. I wanted to talk today about experience and belief. So basically, if you, we all have our different belief systems that we're raised with. And then my belief system that I was raised within was skepticism, material reductionism, kind of being smart and cynical, a little bit cynical. Uh, I did have a religious background that was not that way, but it was like, it just was not, it didn't seem like something that was going to change the way I thought about the world. But I had to shift my belief system. So when you have an experience of your soul or a spiritual experience, an experience of the divine, and it comes in your life and changes what you actually think or believe because of what you've experienced, then you might have to shift what you believe. That's the point of this video today. So, and they say experience is the greatest teacher. And so if you're experiencing something you don't actually believe in, you should sit with it and think about what you truly have experienced. I would like to save you the 15 years that I decided to think about my own experiences before accepting them. You should just accept them. If you're based on what you're actually experiencing, actually feeling, actually knowing. So, I will just go through some of the beliefs I had to change. I did not believe that there was a God that cared about me or about anyone. I don't know if I believed in God. I mean, I had been writing my journal, Dear God, because it was like part of my healing journey. I'd, gone to church and synagogue, and that was part of it. But it was like, I didn't believe that God could like come into my life and change it. And I do believe that now. I do believe that there is a source, a creator that deeply cares about each one of us in our hearts and in a very deep way that I can't even comprehend. So I had to shift that belief that there's a caring God. It's not, I don't believe it's someone sitting up in a cloud. It's something bigger than I can even imagine, but it really knew me and it truly knew my heart. So I had to shift that belief. I definitely had to shift into knowing that there's a lot of light, or there can be a lot of light. I didn't believe in that. Definitely not. But my experience showed me that there was a lot of light in people, that there was light in our world because I saw it and experienced it. So I had to start believing that that was a possible thing, that that could be real. My experience also showed me, like, if you've heard my story, you've heard me go through all these things, but it's like, showed me that we're all connected. I didn't really believe that. I mean, I'd wondered, I'd been doing healing, but my heart had been so wounded that I felt really distant from people. But suddenly I experienced how connected we all are and how much our actions affect other people. And so I had to shift my belief into believing that we're all connected. My experience showed me that there's angels. I didn't really believe in angels. I didn't really ever think about them. And I knew that we have like personal guidance. So it's, based on what you experience, it's really worth holding up your experience to your beliefs and seeing if you have to shift some of your beliefs, especially if you're a skeptic like I was. I'm not saying to stop questioning. It's always good to question. And I really think it's important to know what makes sense for you. Sometimes I get uncomfortable if people just believe everything I say all the time. Of course, I tell the truth. I do, but it's like, I think you should question for yourself what you believe and what you feel based on, what you know. The best is your own experience. So listen to my experience. I love sharing it now. Listen to other people's near-death experiences, but also listen to your own experience, number one. What else did I have to change my belief system about based on what I experienced? There was a lot. Timelines, didn't believe in those, didn't even think about them. But then I experienced like living an alternate timeline in my life, and I was like, oh, well, like there's so much more going on. Yeah. I experienced, I mean, mostly like the deep, deep love that the Creator has for us. I felt that, and it really changed me, and it really, really healed me in a way that is unfathomable. And so I had to change my belief system about that there's a God that cares deeply about all of us. Yeah, so think about what your own experiences are. I hope that they're good experiences. I mean, I know people go through a lot of things that are really hard, and I didn't believe in a lot of this stuff because my experience before that, not only had I been raised with a skeptical belief system, but people had been cruel to me, and I felt like the world was very uncaring, and I felt completely abandoned and very, very wounded. So, of course, my experience reinforced my belief system that we weren't connected, people weren't nice, there wasn't a God that cared about me. But once I shifted into something different, because I opened my heart, I don't know, is it going to happen to everyone? Can you open your heart and have a beautiful experience of the divine and of God's love? I hope so. I hope for everyone. I mean, I had to be brought pretty low to get into that place of the experience that I had. So I don't know. If you're feeling pretty low right now, I hope that you can open your heart into believing that there's like a creator that super cares about you and loves you a lot. It doesn't have to be any kind of dogmatic thing. My experience, I do feel like it fits with a lot of Christian and Jewish teachings that I have in my family, but it was so deep in my heart that it's like beyond anything mental, any kind of codified anything. But it does kind of, it makes sense within those contexts. Anyway, if you're raised in a religious background and you're not into it, it's just in your heart. It's been just really personal, and it feels very, very sacred and private and holy. And I hope you can find it. It's really life changing, and I don't want anyone to suffer as much as I suffered. I hope you're not suffering. It sucks. It really sucks to feel alone. So, just open your heart to it in whatever way makes sense. And if my story helps you, I'm glad. If other people's stories help you, I'm glad. And then you can shift your belief into something that fits with what you've actually experienced. The other side of that, I've heard people say, oh, you have to believe it in order to see it. But I didn't believe anything that I saw. Like, I wasn't prepared for anything. It was all very big shock. So mine was a little different. I had to shift my beliefs around what I saw and experienced. But I do think, starting to be open to the possibility that there's a beautiful spiritual reality out there might be helpful. I don't know. Have y'all had any wild experiences? I hope that they're beautiful and helpful and good, and keep opening your heart to love. And I hope your life will get easier and better. I think that's all I have to say today. It's pretty simple. Your own experience is your greatest teacher, and you might have to shift your belief system around what you experience. But hopefully you're experiencing something good. And if you're not, I'm just going to send you a lot of prayers and a lot of love. And I love y'all, and I would love to keep chatting. Please make comments if you have anything you want me to talk about. I have other things to talk about, but that's what I felt really called to talk about. What you experience versus what you believe. Yeah, I had to change my whole belief system. It took me a really long time, and that's, it's 2025 now, and my experience ended in 2008. I took my sweet time deciding that what I experienced was something I could believe in and share about, but now I really do. I spent so long thinking about it that now I really do know it's real, and I do believe in all the stuff that happened to me, and it made my life like 1,000 times better. And I hope that you can have an experience that makes your life a lot better. Anyway, I love y'all a lot. I hope that was helpful as usual. And stay safe if you're in Los Angeles. Stay strong, and I'm sending all my love your way. Okay, bye. Love y'all.